AICTE, that's Shri Dharmendra Pradhan ji, Honorable Minister of Education, Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, and Shri Rajiv Chandrasekhar ji, Honorable Minister of State for Skill Development and Entrepreneurship and Minister of State for Electronics and Information Technology have arrived and graced this momentous occasion. Welcome, warm welcome, heartfelt welcome, and gratitude to all of you. I, Mamta R. Agrawal, Advisor 1 at AICTE, on behalf of my AICTE family, welcome each one of you. Before we start the program, I humbly request all the dignitaries for deep prajalan and seek blessings of Ma Saraswati. तुषारहार धवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रामृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतं शङ्करम्. Thank you so very much. May I now request Nyanu to welcome our Honorable Minister. May we have a huge round of applause for Nyanu, please?
We would now wholeheartedly welcome Honorable Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan ji and all the dignitaries present today for launch ceremony of digitally skilling 1 crore Indians to make India a global talent hub on emerging technologies.
पीछे लो फिर हाथ ऊपर करो रोबो की रोबो कहाँ है और थोड़ा मिला और घुमाओ ले जा रहे हैं उसको थोड़ा ऐसे ही करो अरे उल्टा 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 और थोड़ा पास हाँ बस बस
आगे आ जाओ
थोड़ा और हाथ उठाओ लग जाए वो लग जाएगा इसको मार देगा वो बस अभी थोड़ा थोड़ा और ऐसे करो अभी नहीं अभी उठाओ हाँ अभी उठाओ और थोड़ा और पीछे करो अभी उठाओ वाह पीछे करो और पीछे करो और पीछे करो
Thank you so much, Honorable Sir, and thank you, dear Nyanu. May I now request Siksha to bring customary shawl and flowers for felicitation of our dignitaries by our Honorable Chairman, please. Honorable Chairman, for the Honorable Minister, sir, please. For Rajiv Chandrasekharan, sir, please. for Rajesh Agrawal ji. Thank you so much, sir. Before we get started, I would like to express my sincere appreciation to all of you, industry and corporate partners, who generously helped students by posting internships on AICT's portal and make this event come together to become a success. Thank you so very much. May I now request Professor Anil D. Sahasrabudhe, distinguished visionary chairman of AICTE, for his opening remarks and addressing the audience. Thank you. Sir, please.
Very good afternoon to all of you. Sabko pranam, namaskar. On this very important occasion of launch of digital skilling in emerging and future technologies, I would like to thank the Honorable Minister of Education and Minister of Skill and Entrepreneurship, both the other ministers, Minister of State, Sri Rajiv Chandrasekhar ji, on this particular occasion. Sri Dharmendra Pradhan ji and Sri Rajiv Chandrasekhar ji are with us for the launch of this very important initiative, empowering more than 1 crore students. Sri Rajiv Agrawal ji, who is the Secretary of Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, our own colleagues, Sri Buddha Chandrasekhar and Dr. Rajiv Kumar, and then from industry, several stalwarts have come here amidst us today who have been providing this opportunity for our students, starting with CEO NASCOM, Madam Kirti Seth, Dr. Vinny Johri from Microsoft India, Dr. Amit Andre from AI for India, Sunil from India and Southeast Asia Lead for Education from Amazon. We have Mani Madhukar, Global University Programs of IBM, Vice President, Blockchain Practice and Products, Arvind Varuganti, Dheeraj Gyani, Director, Education, GitHubs, and there are Chairman of NCVIT, Dr. Nirmal Singh Kalsiji. We have the Chairman of the Bharatiya Bhasha Samiti, Dr. Chamu Krishna Shastri. Also, we have Dr. Saklani, Director of NCERT, and many others who are associated with skilling in our country. Officers of Ministry of Education, Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Ministry of Labor. It's in fact a confluence of several ministries coming together, along with more than about 75 industries. In fact, the count has gone up. We are all celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, and we targeted that at least we must have 75 industry partners on this occasion. And very happy, delighted that finally the number crossed more than 100. And it's expected that it may go on to more than 200 as well. But on this occasion, those 100-odd companies who have come here, providing various types of learning opportunities in digital skilling. We all are aware that today the world is moving fast in terms of variety of emerging technologies, be it in terms of artificial intelligence and robotics. Today we saw a sample of a robot coming and welcoming the Honorable Minister. But if it had better AI, it would have done the job much better. So I think therefore AI, IoT, machine learning, deep learning, robotics, blockchain, augmented reality, extended reality, these have become ordinary common names in the parlance of all of us. But unless we train our students in those technologies, their employability will be very poor. And that's why we appeal to all the industry bodies that they must come forward, lamenting that the students are not well prepared for jobs is not good enough. We have a joint responsibility. The institutions, the colleges and the universities will certainly provide a lot of theoretical aspects of that. But unless students get hands-on practical exposure to all of this, students will not become employable. And that's why this appeal was there, and more than 1 crore opportunities coming together at one time. I think never ever before, not only in our country, but anywhere in the world, a program of this nature has ever happened. And that's why today is a sort of a golden day in the AICT's history, and also that of all the ministries who have come together in order to support this particular activity. We all are aware not only the software and digital technologies, a lot of hardware technologies also require a lot of digital inputs, be it in terms of semiconductor industry, where our Honorable Minister of State, Sri Rajiv Chandrasekharji, is continuously driving us in the domain of semiconductor chip design, chip manufacturing, and end applications. And Honorable Minister of Education, Sri Dharmendra Pradhan ji, is absolutely passionate because he also holds the charge of the skill ministry, and therefore, how is the confluence of learning and learning by doing? Both of these are absolutely important, and he is one of those who has been constantly inspiring all of us in moving in that direction. And therefore, on this occasion, I would like to give a word to the Honorable Minister that this is a very important occasion where Chandrasekhar Buddha put in a lot of efforts to collate all of this. And we are going to empower our 21st century generation, the upcoming students, starting from school education to the higher education, be it in colleges of arts, commerce, science, or in engineering or architecture or medical domain. All of them require digital skills. And these digital skills, which are going to be provided, will empower these students to not only become employable, but to also become entrepreneurial, creating jobs through this education, which is a digital education. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Thank you so much, sir. These skills are definitely required for employability, for entrepreneurship, for skilling, reskilling, and upskilling. Now I request Shri Buddha Chandrasekhar, Chief Coordinating Officer AICTE, the man passionately behind this mission, for his presentation and setting the agenda for the program. I would request all the speakers from industry, Buddhaji, corporates to kindly adhere to the given time in order to respect the timeline given to each one of you. Thank you so very much. Buddhaji, please.
Thank you all for coming. What a wonderful day, because I see the entire team India is here. And before I start, I would like to thank the man behind the success of Ujjwala scheme, popularly known as Ujjwala Man. Recently हम लोग गए थे सर उड़ीसा में, तो एक I have heard this phrase saying that gas cylinder देने वाला आ गया. So sir has given 8 million gas cylinders to the women from below poverty line. I think, sir, as an Indian, I would like to thank you from the bottom of heart, sir. And I'm sure as a Minister of Education and Skill Development, you will empower the 32 crore students and recent graduates to make our country knowledge capital of the world. एंड सर आज का ये पूरा प्रोग्राम आपका सोच से शुरू हुआ सर. रिसेंटली आपने हमें ये बताया कि सब बच्चे को एजुकेशन के साथ स्किल भी रहना चाहिए, अपस्किलिंग भी करना चाहिए. तो उसके थॉट से ये पूरा प्रोग्राम हमने क्रिएट किया है सर. आई वुड लाइक टू थैंक यू फॉर दैट. And as you see, the thought process behind is making the India as a global digital talent hub. So as you all know that we are receiving a global investments, through a Make in India process, linked incentive schemes, Gati Shakti, etc., and 350 billion US dollars as a FTA investments in last 5 years, which is the highest ever, for any country. So what it really means is it all is going to be turned as India as a manufacturing hub. And Atmanirbhar Bharat is really working, and India is going to become a technology capital of the world. So the entire world is looking towards our country, and I'm happy to share that 1,000 plus manufacturing firms are producing, ready to produce their goods and services in our country. What it really means is it is going to turn as India as a great supply chain. Till now the China is the global supply chain for which we are going to be a global supply chain very soon. So every Indian has a millions of opportunities across the domains. Previously we used to have opportunities on ITS, BPM, KPM, but now it is going to spread across the sectors. So this is where we see the need of the world. The entire world is looking for skilled workers, entrepreneurs, startups, researchers, innovators. And we have did one research. In this research, we figured out that 95% of the businesses across the world are digital in nature, and 85% of transactions are happening online through technology driven. So what it really means is, we need to make sure that all of our students, all our recent graduates, even the school children, has a technical skills as well as digital skills ready. So millions of opportunities for Indians across the world. Keeping that thought in mind, we had lots of discussion with NASCOM and various others. And here you see, if you see the skill gap, right? So I will show you that in a red color. So if you see the bottom one, sir, that is the number of manpower workforce is available in the market, and the top arrow is nothing but that is a gap. This is the gap which we as a Minister of Education under Honorable Prime Minister Ji envision that our Indian students, Indian recent graduates will fulfill this and rule this entire world. So I'm not just going through this in depth, but this red indicates there is a gap. Okay, there is a supply demand gap. So how we can fulfill? So now we have a beautiful national education policy which basically drives using the industry needs. So we are interacting with industry, and I see here more than 100 plus companies are here, and we all are working together and trying to understand the industry needs, and with help of advanced technologies we are changing our educational policies to skill and upskill our educational system for our students and faculty future. So the MOP is going to produce millions of skilled workers, entrepreneurs, startups, researchers, innovators, and teachers also. So this is where we are identifying. And with help of various organizations, as I already mentioned earlier, we have identified 30 emerging technologies, 55 job roles, and 155 skills. So all skills as well as the technologies and job roles is going to rule this world for the next 15 years. So we did this analysis, sir, for more than 160 countries. We have analyzed their infrastructure requirements, we have analyzed their projects, we have analyzed their economies, and we have identified all these technologies, and now we are going to train all these technologies to the students as well as recent graduates. So first time, I'm so happy to see that we are working together as a team India. A national level collaboration happened between Apex Ministry and affiliated organizations like Skill Development Ministry, ICT, UGC, HCVET, Skill India, CBSE, Future Skills, NASCOM, all are working together as a team to make our India as a global hub. So these are the companies, who I'd like to thank from the bottom of my heart, because they're not charging even 1 rupee. For example, Microsoft is giving an infrastructure as well as the certification. Because I myself was a Microsoft certified, I paid somewhere around $1,000 per certificate. So now I see all the certificates are free through our platform. And I'm happy to share that they're giving 50 lakhs of certifications as well as training. AWS, Google, Network, IBM, DataTech, and even so many GitHub, everything company, Cisco, Amarada, SmartGrid, Salesforce. I don't want to go through each and every one, but I would like to thank every company who is contributing for our complete country development. And sir, these are not only the IT companies, we have so many manufacturing companies, we have aerospace companies, we have automobile companies. We have companies who is working on the healthcare in the remote villages. We have companies who is working on the infrastructure. We have companies who is working on the electronic systems. Because, our thought process, as our Honorable Prime Minister always says, sabka sa sabka. Even though we are a technological, AICTE basically handles the engineering colleges, but our thought process is every student of our country, whether he's an engineering or non-engineering students or a school student or a recent graduate, must get a best of the best. So that's the thought process. So these are the couple of other companies which I would like to thank. So all these companies basically given an opportunity to all our students. And we have named it as a digital skilling initiative. As I already mentioned, the goal is to empower 1 crore digital workforce. Imagine 1 crore digital workforce in next 6 months. And we want the students, we are encouraging to do a multiple skill. So we come up with an approach called E2E approach. It's called evaluate to employment. So basically what happens is, the student can get evaluate himself. He can take an interested course and he can move forward. I will explain that in further slides. And it's a 3 to 6 months duration. After completion of the course, they will get a certification. So this is the best simple slide we have created. The small kid, runs towards exploring the basic skills, then the specialization in the higher education, then the gain experience of the real time. So empowering the youth in emerging technologies and giving them a job opportunities. So these are the three different flows for school children. They will stop at certification, the higher school, the apprenticeship, the recent graduates, they go up to the employment. So these are the expected outcomes. I mean, see, till now what is happening, we are keep on creating so many such kind of initiatives, but not tracking. So this time we are tracking as well as we are creating a decision-making data analytics. We are going to provide the trends, seasonality, cyclic pattern, sentiment analysis, district analysis, dynamic analysis, predictive analysis, prospective analysis, relationship analysis, factor analysis, cohort analysis, cluster analysis, quantitative and qualitative data, so that we can take a decisions for future. So that's one thing, and as you may have a doubt that how you will provide an internship and apprenticeship opportunity. So we have an amazing portal where we have already have 20 lakh plus internship opportunities with 50,000 plus investors are already onboarded with 36,000 plus institutes. So this is a free website, the military. So in this we have a couple of proposed internship opportunities. At the same time, I would like to thank Shankar Mishra ji, Chief Secretary UP State, and Taraji Madam from Mogan. They have started and created and helped us to create this entire platform. Opportunities. Now we are coming up with rural development, Indian Railways, cooperative societies, edu skills, MOVA, TULIP, CDAC, right, road and buildings, MSME, skill ministry, etc. So all these are coming up in our internship portal. So the student who finished the opportunity, then they will move towards doing an internship. So now I would request our Honorable Minister Ji to inaugurate the portal of the. I will quickly demonstrate this in 1 minute time. So this is a beautiful portal crafted very carefully. See, if I'm a kid interested in artificial intelligence, I will go through this and I know the market size and the global job opportunities. And I have a freedom to learn from whom I want to learn. And everything is free, either from IBM or from Microsoft or AWS or Stanford University, you name it, everything. And if I want to do an internship, then I will click on this internship button and I will go through that internship. And if I want to do an apprenticeship, I can click on apprenticeship. I will go to the NATS portal, which skills ministry has. But if I'm interested to see the startups in India who is working on artificial intelligence, I have all the data collected. I want to see the companies who is doing research and innovation on the AI. You can see it. Government initiatives. What are the government initiatives? At the same time, the NATS portal also we have. You can see all that. So example, if you take the artificial intelligence, if we wants to know what is artificial intelligence, we have put in a very nice self-explanatory video there. So if I'm a student, I want to basically learn example from NASCOM. So you see 3 buttons: school, student, or higher education, or recent graduate. So I'm just clicking, randomly on the higher education student. So on the higher education, it will select all the details and, they will put this simple form. That's it. They will access the portal with the infrastructure. Everything is available. At the same time, we want to know, what is that he wants to do after finishing the course. Is he wants to do the internship, or he is looking for an apprenticeship, or he is looking for a job opportunity, or he wants to become an entrepreneur, or a researcher, or an innovator, or someone crazy like me who wants to do it yourself. I burn everything at my home. So basically, if someone wants to do some kind of R&D, on a multi-skilled, multi-dimensional, whatever you call it. So we have even option for them, such kind of a crazy people also. So this portal basically allows us to do a better outcome of our national education policy. And I thank everyone, including my chairman, sir, who gave me this opportunity, my brother, vice chairman, sir, member secretary, sir, and especially my team. Everyone, including my office boy, who worked very hard from last 4 to 5 days and made this thing happen. And my special thanks to all the companies who gave opportunities to all our students. So let's make our country to rule the entire world and become a Vishwaguru. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Buddhaji, for such comprehensive presentation, telling us about future technologies, emerging skills, and all those areas. Now I call upon Ms. Kriti Seth, a business leader with over 30 years of rich experience in entrepreneurship, management, and driving change. CEO for IT and ITA Sector Skill Council, NESCOM. Prior to this, she was heading the Future Skills, a project, a digital skilling initiative, a partnership between Government of India and NESCOM. Ma'am, please.
Good afternoon. Namaste, Honorable Minister of State, and all my colleagues in the skilling ecosystem. It's like my world is out here in one room right now. It's an honor to be speaking at an occasion like this. And it's a hard act to follow after Dr. Buddha because his level of enthusiasm is so high, it's very hard to match. But I'll try. So maybe I can start with a little story that I read a few months ago. It starts 540 million years ago in the Paleozoic era, where there was a burst of evolution of life. It was the most intense that the Earth had ever seen. It was called the Cambrian explosion. It's significant because it saw the most incredible diversity of life emerge. It is said that all life forms that exist on Earth today actually find their genesis back in the Cambrian explosion. So why am I talking about the past, prehistoric past, when this is an occasion about the future? Because today, the stage at which we are at right now is the job scenario today is akin to the Cambrian explosion. That whatever is going to come in the future has all its ingredients here today. Given the computing power we have, given the data storage we have, given the costs of bandwidth, there is everything that has come into a perfect storm right now to create all the ingredients of what the future is going to hold right here, right now. And that's why this occasion is so important. The World Economic Forum published a study where they said that 70% of the jobs that will exist in 2030 don't exist today. So that's what the Cambrian explosion teaches us, that we have all the ingredients here. The job forms will change, just like species changed. Species are not the same as what they were 540 million years ago. Jobs will also not be the same, but all their foundation will be here. So this is the explosion that India needs to be prepared for. And as the world changes at an exponential rate, we can't respond in a linear fashion. This program, the Digital Skilling Initiative, is aiming to skill 1 crore people. Now that's a big, hairy, audacious goal. And isn't it wonderful that in India, we can put this out there and we can stake a claim to say, this is what we want to do. Because we cannot apply a 20th century mindset to a 21st century problem. And if there is one thing that tells us that the mindset has changed, it's this initiative behind me. So I congratulate you for that. And just to talk about the stakes, I mean, Dr. Buddha quoted a lot of numbers about the skill gap, but why are we focusing on this? We aim to be $1 trillion digital economy by 2026. But one of the biggest hurdles in our path is the availability of right skilled talent. So if we look at some data, Accenture published a study where they said that in the 14 G20 states, the lack of skilled talent is going to have an impact of $14.5 trillion. That's a lot of money and a lot of GDP. In India, if you notice the slide that he showed, 21% skill gap. That's 1/5 of the opportunity that we have, meaning the demand is there, but we are not able to fulfill because we don't have the talent. For a country like ours, that's not a good state to be in. And that even when we look at attrition levels in our industry, you must have read seen enough newspaper reports about the great resignation, 24% attrition. versus 15% last year. What does that mean? That costs are going up, wages are going up. Indian industry will become, we won't be cost competitive. So as I said, the stakes are really high and we have to bridge the gap. Our ambition is to be the global hub of talent. So what do we need to do? We've often heard, and Professor Sahasrabudhe referred to it, that the employability skills of Indian graduates are not good enough. Of the 2.4 million STEM graduates that graduate every year, only about 280,000 are considered suitable to be employed for these kind of jobs. We need to fix this. But the new education policy has created the enabling framework. It's drastically changing the way our education system is going to work. The flexibility it offers, the tremendous scope for collaboration across stakeholders in the skilling ecosystem, industry, 100 of my colleagues are out there, academia, we are right here in AICTE, the government, I see everybody present here today in that ecosystem. We all have to come together to create teaching, assessment models that are suitable for the current generation of digital natives. This platform is bringing all the players together, all the resources in one place. I can speak for Future Skills Prime. This is the digital skilling initiative between METI and NASSCOM. We launched it last year. It offers incentives to those people who get certified in the emerging technologies. A lot of our technology partners, training partners who are present here today have contributed to this platform, have created programs that are accredited to the NASSCOM framework, to the National Skills Qualification Framework. So a lot has already been done, and we are so happy that we can contribute this to this portal and leverage the reach and the scale that this portal is going to offer to get this to reach every corner of India. So we are completely honored to be part of this initiative. Thank you for giving us an opportunity. To all the students who are listening, and I see a lot of them on the screen, this is a chance for you that no matter whether you leave school, leave college, you never need to leave learning, because a portal like this is always available for you. To all the partners who are supporting this initiative, we are doing nothing less than creating a skilling revolution. I congratulate AICTE, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Skills on the launch of this portal. Let's make the ambition of making India the digital talent nation a reality together. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, and thank you so very much for reminding us about the McKinsey report funded by World Economic Forum, which says that by the end of this decade, the world would lose about 1 billion jobs because of automation and the technology. It is time to invite Dr. Vinny Johri, Learning and Skills Lead, Microsoft India, to address the August audience. Dr. Johri is working with Microsoft as a Director, Education Advocacy. Before this, she has worked as a Director and Professor of Strategy at IIMT Gurgaon and Region Lead for HP Labs Open Innovation Office for India. Ma'am, please.
Honorable dignitaries on the stage, dear friends, good evening to all of you. It's such a privilege and honor to be here with all of you, to be able to share my thoughts. And first of all, would like to congratulate the Ministry of Education, Ministry of Skills Development, AICTE for launching this wonderful initiative to digitally skill 1 crore workforce in India. I think it just sets a wonderful stage for having instituted the right competencies in the students and the digital workforce. We've been privileged and very grateful to AICTE for partnering on the Microsoft Future Ready program, under which we're not just training students, not only offering certifications, but also completing the full trail leading to employability and being prepared for the future jobs. So we would like to share that we are introducing new certification initiative for students as we build on this partnership. And we are going to contribute to the pool of 1 crore workforce by offering free Microsoft certifications in multiple areas, which span from artificial intelligence, data analytics, laying foundations for developing power applications and securities, where there will be hundreds and thousands of job opportunities that would be opening up. This certification that Microsoft is offering, which is direct to student offer, is wonderful because it will empower students to gain the right competencies, be prepared for job roles, and also will lay foundation for doing advanced courses as they move forward. Here is the list of the foundational courses, the certification courses that are available to all the students. And these are the advanced courses are linked with job roles. So someone wants to become a data scientist, an AI developer, a security specialist. So these courses lay foundations for the future growth in these areas. And the process for students to have access to certifications is very simple. They just sign in on Microsoft Learn, where we have more than 3,200 modules available and learning pathways. They complete the course online, and then they can, there will be an institutional verification where they are studying, and they will have access to certification voucher, and not only access to certification voucher, but also practice exam as well, where they can attempt the questions and then sit for the exam. And we also have LinkedIn opportunities as well, where students can create their profiles, they can get mentored by industry professionals across various career paths as well. So we hope that this wonderful partnership will augur wonderful opportunities for students in multiple new areas of technology. And through MS Learn, students can become student ambassadors. And to make this initiative successful, faculty can also join the Microsoft Learn program for educators. They can have access to teaching materials for these certifications. So we are looking at a sustainable and long-term partnership where universities, institutes, and colleges will have faculty who will be able to mentor the students as well. Also would like to point out on internship opportunities for graduates of the year 21, 22, and 23, which are eligible. Microsoft has partnered with AICTE, GitHub, which is one of the largest open source developer community, Future Skills Prime Initiative from NASCOM, Quest, and EY to offer wonderful opportunities to do live projects working on various industry problems, completing MS Learn courses, getting certified, and then being brought closer to employers for exploring job opportunities. So there is this, to sum it up, there is industry-aligned curriculum, on-demand learning, internship certificate that they get. There is mentorship support, community engagement, and virtual career fairs. And all these benefits together, I think, is a wonderful outcome of this partnership between industry, academia, and government. And we look forward to the successful partnership. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. In fact, Microsoft is also partnering and has partnered with AICTE for a program called Tech Saksham, where we have been teaching our faculty members on all emerging thrust areas. The next speaker is Dr. Amit Andre, the CEO of Dr. Tech Labs, an AI enthusiast, global technical speaker. His expertise lies in artificial intelligence and data sciences. His keen initiative towards improving organizational growth, profit hiking strategies make him one of the most sought after CEO. Dr. Andre, we invite you for your presentation and addressing the audience. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I would like to thank you and welcome Honorable Education Minister and all the dignitaries here for giving us this vision on which we can work and evolve in the industry. Since morning we are listening, probably since afternoon we are listening, Chairman Sir, Buddha Sir, and we will certainly listen all the dignitaries in the industry for working on skilling segment. And one focus is 1 crore Indians, 1 crore digital workforce where we need to work on. There has been a lot of statistics around industry academia gap, and that gap has been trying to be fulfilled from the perspective of curriculums, from the perspective of certifications, programs, and whatnot. Today, AI for India, which defines the AI adoption state of India, we are planning not only to train people, not only to certify people, but also to talk about fundamentals of what we should aim about making India AI capital of the world. When we say making India AI capital of the world, what does it mean? It defines the strategy of learning and bridging the gap. Now, how do we bridge the gap? The fundamental of bridging the gap is certainly giving exposure. And that's where, if I have to explain and sum it up in a fundamental way of execution strategy, let's take a fundamental example of a technology like machine learning. Somebody want to learn. Now, when somebody defines to learn machine learning and get certified on it, it's good. And there are multiple platforms and opportunities to do that. Having said that, when we move on to the industry, the implementation of machine learning in chemical industry is completely different than a telecom industry, than an IT industry. And that's where the gap identification comes into the picture. With the vision of making India AI capital of the world, we are starting or aiming to start from the base of higher education to 8 to 12 standard students, graduates, undergraduates, postgraduates, unemployed people, which will go through a program which is defined and curated to run for 6 to 9 months with a series of events. The first event is National Future Engineering Scholarship, through which people will be assessed and trained to appear for scholarship and go through the learning and implementation strategies. This program is for school, college, and all the fraternity who would want to explore education in technology and digital workforce. Second event, Skill to Scale Avenue. Now, this event or this particular concept is fundamentally created post pandemic. We all know the situation of students who have passed out in pandemic. The only eligibility to participate in All India Skill to Scale Avenue is you should be a pass out of pandemic to grace and define the upscaling pattern exclusively for the loss which has happened in the pandemic is to be covered here in this initiative. Event 3 is a logic on AI Ideathon for startups, ideas which could be incubated and funded for AI Ideathon around industries. Fourth event is about data engineering quiz competition. Now, this, as we all know, data is the new soil, new oil, a new life. Every second, millions of transactions are happening across globe. To evaluate and give base to all the categories and industries from a commerce, arts, and technology students to understand the usage of data, this program, this event will be very meaningful. Last but not least, after all the efforts, what does everyone needs? A good paying job, a jobathon, all India jobathon, where there are multiple stalwarts in the industry who would be offering opportunities to evaluate and onboard people who would go through at least one program throughout the entire All India initiative for AI for India. And I'm thankful to all the partners from AWS, Aspire for Her, Shobha's World of Learning to make and help us in defining this initiative and taking it to every college and university. Of course, I cannot, a thank you is a very small word for a Ministry of Education, AICT, to encapsulate this as a whole program, which will define an important part of the entire process of these events. Thank you very much. It was fantastic speaking, and thank you very much for the opportunity. Now, I would also request a launch for AI for India portal, and I would request Nanu to come again and give a brief.
Very warm welcome. Shri Dharmendra Pradhan Ji. I am Yanu, a digital employee of the Data Tech Labs, a global learning organization on emerging technologies. Smilker Kushi Hui. We would now request Honorable Education Minister Shri Dharmendra Pradhan to launch our portal for AI for India and mark it as open for registrations.
Thank you very much. Please, I would now request Shiksha to come on board and
www.a4india.in initiative by the Data Tech Labs, powered by Amazon Web Services, is now launched to open for registrations. AI adoptions for dignitaries on
Thank you, Dr. Andre. Now I invite Sri Sunil PP, India and South Asia Lead for Education, Amazon Web Services, a senior executive with more than 18 years history of success, driving change, exceeding expectations, with broad experience in public sector, government and education, health and space industry in policy formulation with technology integration. Mr. Sunil PP, please.
Thank you. Don't take too much time. I have a long speech, which is very short amount of time being taken here. So thank you, Honorable Minister for Education, Skill Development, Sri Dharmendra Pradhan. Thank you, Honorable Entrepreneurship Minister, Rajiv Chandrasekhar, respected Chairman for AICTE, Dr. Sahasrapati. And thanks for the opportunity. Okay, I keep saying that, making claims or doing 1 crore is easy, doing is difficult. I think this is the first step of doing that and building a digital workforce for the globe. So AWS has made tremendous progress over the years to try and make sure that we are playing an equal part in trying to create a digital workforce for the country. And over the years, we've worked with the startup ecosystem. And if you do not know this, about 90 of the top 100 edtechs and startups in the country run AWS currently. So the ecosystem of startups have largely been using AWS right now. Okay, the second big change is that we've invested heavily in trying to create programs that support student learning. And as Professor Sadhubudhi said, a practical learning environment. So we're looking at creating live labs, virtual labs, etc., for students to actually experience how to actually work in a live environment on the cloud. We're seeing that taking off, and we've just announced a couple of weeks back that we crossed 1 million students that have been trained across AWS. I want to take this opportunity actually to talk about some of the things we've done over the last couple of years. For example, last year we launched something called the Deep Racer League, which was targeted at women and women students primarily. And that was something that was the first time we're doing it that way. We're launching the new program this year, Deep Racer League 2022, and we want to try and make sure that we support this 1 crore certified workforce goal that we have. And we're launching that today. So that primarily allows you to have a fairly inclusive, immersive learning experience around driving AI-based learning. For students 18 years and above across any of the reputed institutions in the country, they can participate and be part of it. Students part of this program today should look at logging in and taking part in the Deep Racer League 2022 to give you access to that. And lastly, I want to talk about the fact that we've been doing something called AWS Educate in the country, where we've got students on campuses using AWS technologies at scale. We've got a large number of institutions that have actually gone on board and actually providing AWS courses on campuses free of cost. Okay, so if you're looking at trying to acquire cloud skills to start with and being part of this program, look at the AWS Educate programs available online where you can log in and register free of cost and have access to all current technologies and future technologies free of cost for students. Look at that. So 2 things to take away from this. 1, look out for the Deep Racer League announcement. If you're looking at AI and ML, it's a great time for you all to get a practical exposure and working on that. Look out for that launch happening today. And second, if you're looking at acquiring skills on the cloud, look for the AWS Educate program, which gives you access to unlimited supply of content for you to actually learn and get certified. Okay, thank you and congratulations on this fantastic launch.
Thank you so very much. Our next corporate leader and presenter is Dr. Mani Madhukar, Global University Programs Team at IBM Research, passionate about learning and sharing knowledge. His key areas include academic program management, cloud pre-sales, cloud application development, electronic content management, competency development, mentoring startups, curriculum design, and project management. I invite Dr. Mani Madhukar, please.
Thank you, and it's really been a pleasure to come here. I'd like to start by thanking, Honorable Dr. Dharmendra Pradhan ji, Minister, and Professor Mr. Chandrasekhar ji, Rajiv Chandrasekhar ji, Minister of State, Rajiv Agrawal ji, and Professor Sasbudi, who has created so many opportunities in the last few years that we've been working with him, and of course our dear friend Dr. Buddha, right, whose energy is really, very contagious. He's like always on the fire. So it's really a great, program to conceive about. And I would like to really congratulate AICTE NEET team for the launch of this digital skills platform, which, we are seeing today. Of course, 1 crore is a big target, but then, there is somebody somewhere to start with, right? So I guess this is a very great forum. I see a lot of familiar places, both from academia and, my industry friends. And I see a lot of synergy there, right? So I was talking to a few of them and everybody is really excited to take this forward, right? So that's really important. IBM is proud to partner with the AICTE for this digital skilling program for new age skills. And we all are aware, right, the difficulty that the employers are facing across the globe in terms of finding the, skilled workforce. So, so this is really going to bridge that gap, as WEF said, right, almost like if we bridge this skill gap, almost like $11.5 trillion worth of upscale in economy in next 6 years or so, which is really a phenomenal figure, right? So, if you go forward. So what IBM really brings to the table is a couple of IBM offerings called IBM Skills Build, IBM Academic Initiative, IBM Skills Academy programs, which are aimed at, providing different skills to different audience, right? So from K-12 to vocational, there is something called as Skills Build, which builds a skill right from emerging areas to agile to, experiential project-based learning and all. And besides that, we offer something called as Academic Initiative as a program through which we offer no charge licensed software to academic fraternity. Now, this is only one of a kind program globally where, IBM makes all, whether it's IBM Cloud or IBM proprietary software available as a licensed version to academic fraternity for both academic and research purposes, right? So this is, I see, as a great platform to, leverage and develop skills on. Recently, we also launched IBM Skills Academy, which is like a platform with deep skills on 8 emerging areas, right? From AI, ML, data science, IoT, design thinking, quantum computing, cybersecurity, all in sync with what we see in the market as a requirement in terms of skills, right? I'm sure you would have heard about from Arvind, right, our CEO, who actually, I would like to quote him, who says talent is everywhere, but trainings are, very difficult to find, right? So I guess this is one platform which AICTE is offering in collaboration with, ministry, which is really filling that gap, which Arvind was talking about. And, as a part of that, Arvind had committed to almost like 30 million skilling, people skilling across the globe in all these new and emerging areas, across all different age groups. So I'd like to again congratulate. It's really a great platform. Thanks for this opportunity. Look forward to a continued support. Thanks again. All the best.
Thank you. Now I call upon Arvind Boruganti, Vice President, Blockchain Practice and Product, IDS Inc., an experienced product leader working on various blockchain technology projects and products in supply chain finance, GRC, telecom, air cargo operation, CBDC, HR verification as a service domain. Thank you so very much for being with us, Mr. Boruganti.
Yeah. Very good evening, Honorable Minister Ji and all dignitaries on the stage. Greetings from IDS. So we are Information Data Systems, and we have been enabling governments and corporates in blockchain transformation across various domains. And blockchain is a $3.1 trillion industry by 2025. And we see a lot of potential in terms of enabling Indian engineers in this space. And of course, we are pretty much happy to be associated with ABCDEFGHI. And of course, eventually there will be n number of technologies which will be coming up. And of course, we are committed to upskill over 500,000 students in blockchain and Web 3.0 through various initiatives. And we are working with over 100 plus academic partners already. And a message from our CEO that we'll be working to achieve the goals of Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji and Honorable Education Minister Sri Dharmendra Pradhan ji and AICTE to make India a global leader in blockchain technology. And of course, we are, it's our honor indeed to launch these two initiatives by name Bharat Blockchain Network and Polyversity. So Bharat Blockchain Network is world's largest academic blockchain network with over 100 universities and academic partners maintaining nodes to this network. So indeed, it's not just upskilling. We are working with academia deep inside where we are enabling them to run the application, to run the infrastructure as a service and making them partners, because Web3 is all about collaborations. And of course, on top of this network, Bharat Blockchain, we are trying to bring various decentralized applications around maybe certification, skill badges, student transfer, and operational efficiencies in terms of document management, inspection, whatnot. So if you carefully observe, today 40% or 30% of the time academia is spending more time in terms of regulatory things and all. So that is where we want to optimize it with blockchain technology through various use cases. And on top of it, we are having this educational metaverse by name Polyversity, which will be launching soon. And of course, this initiative, it's our honor to launch this initiative by Honorable Minister Ji and as well as his avatar who is joining in our Polyversity. And one more important thing is AICTE becomes first accreditation body in the world to have virtual office in metaverse. And let me switch myself to my avatar so that I can take you through a walkthrough. So just give me a moment. So this is AICTE's virtual building in Polyversity. Just give me a moment. Yeah, I think. Okay. So let me walk in through. So we have all the dignitaries indeed who are sitting as avatars. So let me take you and give you a quick walkthrough. So we have Anil Sahasrabudheji, and we have Minister ji, and we have yeah, Chandrasekhar Buddha ji and everyone. Okay. Oh yeah. So I request Minister ji to give a kind of a wave. Can you please wave your hand so that the avatar will be quickly doing the same? Yeah. Yes, podium, at the podium. Yeah, and please. Yeah, okay. So that's a go ahead. So can you, sir, Minister ji, can you please, yeah, stay at the podium? Yeah, please. Oh yeah, can you please tell us go ahead? Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, so thank you so much. Yeah. So play, open the website. Open the website. So that's our website, and all academic partners, regulators and industry bodies. We have many things for you, and we can collaborate, and we look forward to work with you all. And let me play a quick glimpse of how the virtual, our Polyversity looks like.
Tomorrow's digital first line is going to be defined by three things: technology, transformation, and touch points. And the one place where all these elements are set to unify is Metaverse. Want a glimpse of how it will look like? Welcome. Two point oh. New benchmark and the world's most structured metaverse, encompassing 60 wonderfully crafted avenues, including knowledge city, entertainment arena, innovation hub, shopping square, opportunity park, incredible experiences, and incentives. City. university campus is located. Oh, and here are his friends waiting for him to enter their classroom. Sunny and his friends mark their attendances using their classroom's digital view pens sharp at 10 a.m. And here is their professor explaining how blockchain works using a digital model. This would be a good time to move ahead before it gets too boring for all of us. Let's see how the rest of the day looks like for our hero. Classes are over, and now Sunny catapults himself to Bollywood City's Opportunity Park. He has an interview at 2 p.m. with ideas in the office at the Opportunity Park. And soon is all set to give a presentation at the University's Innovation Hub. In a few seconds, its shape shifts to the Innovation Plaza and has arrived inside the conference hall where the stage is his. This is University, a unique web where everything we do is a learning and fun-filled experience to explore life at its fullest. Join us at www.polyversity.io.
So with support from AICT, we will be making India a leader in Metaverse and Web 3.0. And special thanks to Chandrasekhar Buddhaji for making this happen. And thanks Minister Ji once again. Thank you.
Thank you so very much for showing AICTE in Metaverse. Our next speaker is Sri Dheeraj Gyani, Director Education at GitHub, a professional with 20 years of experience with multiple customer-facing roles across business development to depth marketing and public policy. Gyani ji, please.
Honorable Minister for Education, Minister for Skill Development and the dignitaries on RAS, and my friends here and thousands of students who are also watching this program live. Truly humbled and honored to be here today for the launch of this visionary initiative that the AICT has designed. GitHub is really honored to be to create some kind of impact on this one. To start with, a lot of people might not know what is GitHub. We are the world's largest platform which is used by developers to innovate and build software. We have about 83 million plus developers worldwide who use GitHub. And the best part is that the Indian developer community is becoming the largest users of GitHub. And this also includes a lot of students. Today, for this program, we are doing three things. We are committing for three initiatives that will help us achieve the collective goal of skilling 1 crore students. First, we want to empower about 1 million students with a lot of free tools and training to become a full stack software developer. Now, this would include, let's say if I'm a student and I want to build an app, I first need a domain name. So starting from free domain name registration to, let's say, if I want to build a gaming app, or I want to build a blockchain product, or let's say if I want to use some great UI and UX, every tool will be provided to students at no cost. In fact, the total value of this pack is estimated to be about $200,000 per student. So that's what we are going to give every student at no cost. Second, we also want to empower the institutions, because ultimately institutions are further empowering millions and thousands of students. So we would provide institutions with a lot of teacher training programs, workshops, as well as GitHub Enterprise. Now, GitHub Enterprise is actually used by, what the statistics say, 93% of Fortune 100 companies when they build software. So we will provide this product to every institution who wants to take this at no cost, and enable them to teach students and make them industry ready ultimately. And finally, we want to really enable open source software development. Today, again, research says that 90% plus modern software uses open source somewhere. Now, if we are not equipping our students with open source software, I think we are not doing justice. So we will run a lot of training and live experience for students and teachers to make them ready for open source software development. I'll end here, and I really want to thank AICTE Chairman Sir and Dr. Buddha Chandrasekhar for allowing us to play a small role in this initiative. And we are hoping that the next phase of this program, which will enable 10 crore students, will again be playing part in that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We are receiving too many queries as if today's program is only about artificial intelligence. So I would request Buddha ji to just come over for 1 minute and show all the emerging technologies that we are working on.
Yeah, sorry, there's lots of queries are pouring in. So my WhatsApp is almost jammed. So I just want to clarify one thing, that this program is not only about artificial intelligence. This program, I mean, the student can learn artificial intelligence, aerospace, automobile, advanced manufacturing, advanced materials, AR, VR, MR, blockchain, data, big data, biotechnology, banking and service finances, cloud computing, cyber security, collaborative technology, clean technology, chemicals and advanced materials, construction, design thinking, CX, prototyping, UI, UX, data analytics, data science, real-time analytics, defense manufacturing, electrical machinery, electronic systems, energy technology, energy computing, energy and utilities, education systems, environment sustainability, fast coding, low code, faster, better internet connections, food processing, GitHub-based applications, geospatial location-based application, health technology applications, human-computer interaction, health and wellness, hardware and networking, Internet of Things, IT and BPM, information technologies, leather, supply chain management, logistics, media and entertainment, mining, medical devices and imaging, microelectronics, mobile technologies, new screens, new touch interfaces, nanotechnologies. Our fabric is going to change with nanotechnologies. So oil and gas, the pharmaceuticals, the ports and shipping, proximity technology, quantum computing, railways, renewable energy, roads and highways, robots, retail, space, sensors, smart cities, textiles, garments, transportation, thermal power, tourism, telecom. So as I said, all the verticals we have taken: wireless power, wellness, water and water management. So this covers, I'm sure, this covers 99% of the students. So if you feel something is missing, we are happy to cover. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Buddha ji. So we have all technologies from A to W just waiting to reach Z. May I now call upon Sri Rajesh Agrawal ji, Dynamic and Visionary Secretary, Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Government of India, for addressing the audience. Sir has an excellent adjudication skills in the matter of information technology and all other allied fields. Sir, please.
Adharaniya Mantri ji, all the colleagues from various government organizations, and all the technology and content companies present here. सबसे पहले मैं AICTE टीम को बधाई देना चाहता हूं कि आज उन्होंने 1 करोड़ अपॉर्चुनिटीज लॉन्च की हैं स्किलिंग, अपस्किलिंग, रीस्किलिंग और मल्टी स्किलिंग के लिए। और ये अपॉर्चुनिटीज सभी को अवेलेबल है रिगार्डलेस ऑफ एज ग्रुप, 10 साल से बच्चे से लेके 70-80 साल तक के आदमी के लिए। और चाहे वो स्टूडेंट हो, चाहे जॉब में हो ऑलरेडी, चाहे जॉब ढूंढ रहा हो या कोई बिजनेस करना चाह रहा हो, सो ऑल ऑफ देम कैन make use of these opportunities. Luckily, अभी एजुकेशन और स्किल के मंत्री जी एक ही हैं और हमारी दोनों मिनिस्ट्री बहुत क्लोज कोऑर्डिनेशन में काम कर रही हैं। मुझे ये बताते हुए खुशी हो रही है कि हमने पिछले 4-5 महीने में सेक्टर स्किल काउंसिल्स और डीजीटी के जितने कोर्सेज थे उन सबको प्रोप्राइटरी फ्री करवाया, सबसे बात करके क्रिएटिव कॉमन्स में डाला और आज जो प्रोग्राम लॉन्च हुआ है उसमें 1008 कोर्सेज स्किल मिनिस्ट्री ने कंट्रीब्यूट किए हैं। सर 1008 का आंकड़ा अच्छा है, पर हम इस पर रुकेंगे नहीं, इसको और बढ़ाएंगे। और दूसरा, AR VR में भी हम कई कोर्सेज लॉन्च कर रहे हैं। हमारी सेक्टर स्किल काउंसिल्स ऑटोमोटिव है, वाटर मैनेजमेंट वाली है, हेल्थ सेक्टर है, हाइड्रोकार्बन्स है, उन सब ने कुछ AR VR कोर्सेज बनाए हैं, पर वो आज की डेट में प्रोप्राइटरी हैं। तो हम उसमें भी कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि कुछ कोर्सेज हम पब्लिक डोमेन में फ्री में डाल सकें क्रिएटिव कॉमन्स में, ताकि किसी भी इंस्टीट्यूट को या किसी बच्चे को घर पे बैठे सिर्फ एक डिवाइस लेना होगा और फिर वो AR VR भी उसको भी यूज कर सकता है। एंड आई एम हैप्पी कि बुद्धा ने जो भी दिखाया कि इट्स नॉट ओनली अबाउट AI और बिग डेटा और ब्लॉकचेन। ये जो न्यू एज टूल्स हैं, लर्निंग टेक्नोलॉजी है ऑनलाइन, ये किसी भी फील्ड में काम आ सकती है। और जो न्यू एज टूल्स हैं उसमें भी जॉब्स हैं, AI में जॉब्स हैं, पर जो दूसरे सेक्टर्स में लोग काम कर रहे हैं उनको भी AI सीखने की जरूरत है। आज चाहे कोई ऑटोमोटिव इंजीनियर है, चाहे हेल्थ में कोई डॉक्टर है, इफ दे लर्न AI टूल्स दे कैन बी मोर प्रोडक्टिव। और जो एक लास्ट फ्रंटियर था जो AI ने अभी तक नहीं तोड़ा था, वो था क्रिएटिविटी का। वन ऑलवेज थॉट कि ह्यूमन क्रिएटिविटी इज समथिंग जो ह्यूमन ही कर सकते हैं, मशीन नहीं कर सकती। तो वो फ्रंटियर्स को भी अभी बॉर्डर लाइन पे आ गया है। आई हैव बीन प्लेइंग विद डेली, तो डेली सॉफ्टवेयर जो AI का है, इट क्रिएट्स वेरी गुड पेंटिंग्स गिवन द टेक्स्ट। सो दोज फील्ड्स आर आल्सो गेटिंग ब्रोकन। सो रिगार्डलेस ऑफ योर जॉब प्रोफाइल या किस आप एजुकेशन फील्ड में हो, new age tools will be required for everyone. So I'm happy that those opportunities are available and now free of cost through this very user friendly portal. And I'm sure उसमें थोड़ा सा regulatory value addition करने के लिए AICTE और NCVET they will work together कि उसको NSQF leveling ला सकें जहां possible हो, जहां assessment possible हो, credit transfer possible हो, वो ला सकें। तो उसमें दोनों regulators भी काम करेंगे। And once again, thanks to all the content partners for very graciously coming forward to join this movement and offering your courses free of cost to the students and other learners. And once again, congrats to AICTE team for this wonderful initiative. Thank you.
सर, हम आपके सपोर्ट के लिए आपका हार्दिक धन्यवाद करते हैं। May I now have the honor to invite Shri Rajiv Chandrasekhar ji, Honorable Minister of State for Skill Development and Entrepreneurship and Minister of State for Electronics and Information Technology. First, an entrepreneur and technocrat at heart, and then a politician, a member of parliament in the Rajya Sabha. Sir, kindly address the audience. Thank you.
Respected Dharmendra Pradhan ji, Anil Sahasrabudhe ji, my colleague from Skill India, Rajesh Agarwal ji, Buddha Chandrasekhar ji, and all the ladies and gentlemen from the tech companies that are present here and students. Thank you for inviting me to this launch ceremony of the Future Technologies event for skilling, upskilling, and reskilling. The lady, I think from one of the ladies from Microsoft, I think said, this is an ambitious goal of 1 crore skilled students. And I just want to, I won't speak very much, I'll make it very brief because you've heard a lot of people speak. But I just want to lay out a little bit of the backdrop and the context in which this program is being launched and why this program is so important. As you are aware, in 2014, Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji launched Digital India, and he had 3 broad objectives of that program. His 3 expectations were that technology would be used in India deeply and extensively to transform citizens' lives. Technology would create opportunities for young Indians in terms of entrepreneurship and jobs and expansion of the digital economy. And that technology and our capabilities in technology would make India a producer of trusted technologies and services and products in the future rather than being a consumer. So we are today talking about the landscape of the opportunity post-COVID, as you are aware. The acceleration of the digitization has increased. Digitization of enterprises, governments, consumers are at a fast pace. And the result of all that is that you have today almost no facet of the economy, both Indian and global, that is untouched by the digitization process. And the Honorable Prime Minister has referred to the coming 10 years as India's decade. You are already seeing post-COVID and during COVID the energy, the passion, the determination and the hard work of young Indians translate into hundreds of unicorns. We have become the largest recipient of foreign direct investment into technology compared to any country in the world. And in a lot of ways, technology has propelled India and the Indian economy post-COVID into the world-leading growth rates that we are seeing today. So if you look forward to the next decade and you look forward to the next few years, it is clear that the world's digitization requires more and more talent. And there is a big deficit of talent between what the world requires and what is available out there on one hand. On the second hand, there are clearly, with the rate of acceleration of digital technologies, newer and more innovative technologies that are at play, that are required by the world's enterprises and innovators. And third, the supply chains for digital products are also undergoing deep tectonic changes. It is in that context today that it is absolutely clear that India has a huge opportunity to become a trillion-dollar digital economy. 20-25% of our overall economy will be digital economy linked. Our journey from a $3.3 trillion economy to a $5 trillion economy to a $10 trillion economy will pass through a $1 trillion digital economy, for which we require more and more talent, more and more skilled talent in the areas that are going to be presented to us as opportunities and challenges. I saw the Buddha put out a long list of areas that are going to be part of this Future Skills Digital Skillings program. And I think that is an extremely exhaustive, well thought through list. It is clear that the future opportunities in jobs, investments, and entrepreneurship are going to range from the internet and data economy on one hand to AI, electronic systems design, semiconductor design, the Web 3.0, the blockchain, cybersecurity, autonomous systems, HPC, quantum computing, AI computing. All of these are real opportunities. There is a tendency to, in the context of technology, mistake buzzwords for real opportunities. I can assure you that if you look back on this day from 2-3 years down the road, these are all real multi-billion, multi-million job opportunities that exist around the world. And the world looks to India to supply both the technology, the innovations, and the talent in this emerging decade of technology and innovation. The Honorable Prime Minister called it India's decade. And I think today with this program, AICTE has done a significant milestone or a significant first step to making that India's decade a reality. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you so very much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, now the moment has arrived for which we all have been waiting for. It is my privilege, it is my honor to invite Shri Dharmendra Pradhan ji, Honorable Minister of Education, Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, a dynamic, visionary, and distinguished public leader, popularly known as Ujjwala Man, as Buddhaji said before, a very effective administrator, transformer of policies to actions. Sir, kindly grace and say a few words to our audience. Thank you so very much.
नमस्कार। आज की कार्यक्रम में उपस्थित MOS मिनिस्टर ऑफ स्किल एंड IT इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स एंड IT राजीव चंद्रशेखर जी, चेयरमैन AICTE प्रोफेसर अनिल सहस्रबुद्धे जी, मिनिस्टर ऑफ स्किल डेवलपमेंट एंड एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप की सेक्रेटरी आदरणीय राजेश अग्रवाल जी, आदरणीय राजीव जी, मेरे मित्र बुद्ध चंद्रशेखर जी, और इस कार्यक्रम में हमें कहा गया 77 कंपनीज के प्रतिनिधि तथा अनेक कंपनियों की प्रतिनिधि टेक्नोलॉजी के माध्यम से कहीं ना कहीं जुड़े हैं। अनेक इंस्टीट्यूशंस की स्टूडेंट्स एंड मैनेजमेंट के मित्र भी जुड़े हैं और इस कार्यक्रम में उपस्थित कलशी जी, NCBT के चेयरमैन, साकलानी जी, NCERT के चेयरमैन, UGC के अधिकारी मित्रगण, पत्रकार मित्रगण, ये एक अच्छा अवसर है। मैं राजीव जी को पूछ रहा था, राजीव जी इस प्रोग्राम का क्या नाम दिया जाना चाहिए। एक समय आई है कि सरकार एक सही मायने में फंक्शनिंग एज ए फैसिलिटेटर, सरकार की रोल है कोलैबोरेशन करवाना। अभी कीर्ति जी ने जब इस कार्यक्रम की इंट्रोडक्शन स्पीच दे रहे थे तब उन्होंने कहा यही राइट टाइम है इंडस्ट्री, एकेडमिया और पॉलिसी मेकर्स की एक कोऑपरेटिव अप्रोच, कोलैबोरेटिव अप्रोच ले आने के लिए। मैं मानता हूं इन दिनों में AICTE की नेतृत्व में नेशनल एजुकेशनल अलायंस फॉर टेक्नोलॉजी कुछ दिनों से ये एक प्लेटफॉर्म जिसकी एक सॉफ्टवेयर है AICTE की नेतृत्व में, अब तक उसकी एक मॉडल हम लोगों ने देखा था। उसमें आप जैसे कंपनियां, फ्रेंड्स, देयर इज ए प्रोवर्ब, नो मील इज फ्री मील। हमें जब बुद्ध और AICTE की चेयरमैन महोदय कहा कि हमने एक ऐसे ही मॉडल लेके आया है कि 4 फी बेस्ड स्किलिंग सिस्टम पे 1 सीट कंपनियों ने फ्री देंगे, और मैं स्वभाव से थोड़ा ऑफ ट्रैक चलने वाला व्यक्ति हूं। मैंने कहा सच में फ्री होगा क्या? बोले हम फ्री होगा। और इस बारे में जब उन्होंने मेरे को ब्रीफिंग करने के लिए, तो टोटल फ्री है। उस समय बाई 4 गेट 1 फ्री, इस समय में टोटल फ्री। मैंने आज ये पॉलिसी इंचार्ज जिसमें मैं सहमत हूं, मैं पहले कह देता हूं, कैवेट कर देता हूं, मेरा असहमति नहीं है, सहमत हूं, बट देयर इज नो मील इज ए फ्री मील। अभी आपने कहा कि नाउ वी विल बी ऑफरिंग 1.1 करोड़ स्किलिंग सिस्टम, स्किलिंग ट्रेनिंग मॉड्यूल्स to students. Is it really free? Kirtiji, or later on you will give me a presentation. Is it really free? For me, I'm again saying I don't have any objection. I'm welcoming this model, but this is not free. This is a collaboration. This is a business arrangement by company and the students. And here, government is the facilitator. AICTE is the facilitator. The NEP राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति में ये प्रोविजन, ये एनविजन पीएम साहब ने किया है, देयर विल बी NETF, नेशनल एजुकेशनल टेक्नोलॉजी फोरम होगा, देयर विल बी आर्किटेक्ट, देयर विल बी नेशनल डिजिटल एजुकेशन आर्किटेक्ट, and blocks will be there, and there will be a blockchain computing system. Everybody will talk to each other, everybody will complement each other. And अभी मैंने आप लोगों ने भी कोट किया उसको, वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमी फोरम की मैकेंसी की रिपोर्ट को आपने कोट किया। मोटा मोटी भारत की बारे में ये कहा गया है कि आने वाला, आज 22 से आने वाले 3 साल के अंदर जितने वर्क फोर्स या जितने आउटकम निकल के आएंगे, किसी की इफोर्ट के ऊपर, किसी की मैन पावर के ऊपर, श्रम शक्ति के ऊपर एक आउटपुट निकल के आएगा। 2025 तक भारत में जितना मैंडेस वर्कफोर्स बनेगा उसकी 50% मशीन से आएगा, 50% मैन से आएगा, और लगभग 10 करोड़ पुराने जॉब अबॉलिश होंगे, उतने ही जॉब नए बन जाएंगे। तो देयर विल बी लॉट ऑफ अनस्किलिंग एंड रीस्किलिंग। ये दोनों नंबर गलत है, मैं कह रहा हूं। राजीव जी, मैं ऐसे लोग जिला में घूमते हैं, हम जिले में अभी घूम के आए हैं, घूम के आने के बाद करेंगे जिलाओं में जो हो रहा है ना, ग्रास रूट पे जो हो रहा है, डू यू नो हाउ मच, व्हाट इज दैट स्टेज? अब 1 करोड़ 10 लाख ट्रेनिंग आप हमको ऑफर कर रहे हो फ्री, कोट अनकोट फ्री, ये आप, मैं अभी राजीव जी से पूछ रहा था कि भाई ये जो हमारी एक एडुटेक कंपनी सबसे बड़ा ब्रांड बना है बाइचू, जिसकी मार्केट वैल्यूएशन बिलियंस में है, जिसकी रेवेन्यू अर्निंग लगभग अभी $500 बिलियन की वर्थ की है, 250, 2800, 3000 करोड़ रुपया तक गया है। और ये कितने स्टूडेंट्स को छुआ है अभी तक? कितने स्टूडेंट को छुआ है ये अभी तक? पेमेंट उनकी लगभग 60 लाख, 6 मिलियन। राजीव जी, you said that 6 million students are paying, 4 to 6 million, ऐसे एक रफ कैलकुलेशन आ रहा है। आप अनुमान करिए, जो आप कह रहे हो फ्री, मैं इसको क्यों स्वीकार कर रहा हूं और सहमति भी दे रहा हूं। फ्री कुछ नहीं है। आप देखो, आप एक नवरत्न तेल की ब्रांड एम्बेसडर कौन है? अमिताभ बच्चन है। आपकी ब्रांड एम्बेसडर कौन है? बुद्धा चंद्रशेखर है। NET उन्होंने बनाई, आप सबको इकट्ठा किया, AICTE को साथ में रखा, राजीव जी और मेरे को भी ले आया, NCVT को हम ले आए साथ में, हमने NCERT को ले आया। हमारी ताकत जानते हैं क्या है? हमारी देश में अभी नास्कॉम को फ्यूचर स्किल्स प्राइम की काम दिया गया है। मेटी ने 450 करोड़ रुपया दिया है इसी काम के लिए। तो काम क्या है और कितने लोगों के अंदर काम करना है? आप 1 करोड़ 10 लाख में अटके हो, मैं आपको एक पोटेंशियल कंस्टिट्यूएंसी आपको दे रहा हूं, लगभग 30 करोड़ की। हमने जो आज NCVT और NCERT चेयरमैन साहब को दोनों को बुलाया है, आप जानते हैं बाइचू 2,500-3 हजार करोड़ रुपया रेवेन्यू कलेक्शन कर रहा है विद रजिस्ट्रेशन ऑफ अराउंड 60 लाख पीपल, 60 लाख स्टूडेंट्स। भारत में विद्यार्थियों की संख्या जो मैं देख रहा था, बहुत स्कूल बच्चे ऊपर हैं, थोड़ा बातचीत भी कर रहे हैं, करना भी चाहिए, नहीं तो स्कूल बच्चे और कॉलेज यंगस्टर्स कैसे हमारी बातों को, नेताओं की बात को पिन ड्रॉप सुन जाए, थोड़ी ना ऑप्शन है, थोड़ा तो गुटरगु करेंगे, वो स्वभाव है यंगस्टर्स की। मैं बहुत स्कूल स्टूडेंट्स को देख रहा था, इसमें है। अभी स्कूल स्टूडेंट जितने तेजी से टेक्नोलॉजी को अडॉप्ट कर रहे हैं, जितने जल्दी टेक्नोलॉजी को अडॉप्ट कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि उसकी नेचर ऐसा है, यंगस्टर जल्दी चीजों को अडॉप्ट कर लेता है। अभी कभी आपने, मैंने इन दिनों में एक वीडियो में देखा, अभी सबसे बॉलीवुड की बढ़िया सॉन्ग कौन सा है? कौन सा? पुष्पा का ही सबसे ज्यादा अच्छा चल रहा है। देखो मैं अभी बोला मार्केट के साथ में सिंक किया हूं कि नहीं किया हूं? पुष्पा की वो जो चंद्रावाली वाला गाना पे खिसका खिसका के, अभी मैंने देखा कि 1.5-2 साल के एक बच्चा 1.5-2 साल के एक बच्चा ऐसे ही चल रहा है, वो गाने की ट्यून के साथ ऐसे चल रहा है। माई पॉइंट इज सी द अडेप्टेबिलिटी, सी द वॉइस इज। मैं अभी गुजरात गया था, गुजरात में प्रधानमंत्री जी जिस काम को आज हम कर रहे हैं, प्रधानमंत्री जी जब मुख्यमंत्री थे 10-12 साल पहले विजन कर चुके थे। ओटीवी में गुजराती में था, उसको मैं समझने का कोशिश कर रहा था। ऐसे उड़िया और गुजराती भाषा दोनों में बहुत सिमिलैरिटी है, मैं समझ लिया थोड़ा उसको, बाकी एक दो इंटरप्रेटर को पकड़ के पूरा समझा। क्या था उन्होंने, वो कहा कि देखो कोई बच्चा टीवी में दिख के किसी भी भाषा के गाना को समझ लेता है, और समझता क्या, उसको प्रैक्टिस कर लेता है, उतना बढ़िया से गा भी सकता है। वो चंद्रावली के गाने इसीलिए 1.5 साल की बच्चा उसको अडॉप्ट कर लिया। ये कॉग्निटिव प्रोसेस है, ये साइंस है। किस उम्र में किस बच्चा किस प्रकार की चीजों को सीख लेगा। हम जो बच्चा, उसको थोड़ी ना कोई 1.5 साल में 1 साल में उसके पास कोई ट्यूटर रहता है क्या? ट्यूटर तो उसकी माँ है, ट्यूटर तो उसकी पिताजी है, ट्यूटर तो उसके घर के और 4 लोग हैं, दादा दादी जी हैं, उनसे पहले बोलना सीखता है, उसके पहले और वर्ड को रिकॉग्नाइज करना सीखता है। यानी उस उम्र में बच्चे के पास इंटेलेक्चुअल कैपेसिटी परिप्रकाशित हो जाता है। पीएम ने 10 साल पहले ये कहा कि अगर आप टीवी में दिख के गाना सुनते हो, समझते हो और उसको अडॉप्ट कर लेते हो, पढ़ाई को ऐसे हम कर दें तो परीक्षा सबसे चैलेंजिंग चीज है। मैथमेटिक्स मेरे को आता तो मैं और कुछ बनता, आया नहीं इसलिए इधर आ गया। मैं सबसे सोशल साइंस पढ़ा, मेरे को लगा यही नेतागिरी करने का सबसे बड़ा अच्छा पढ़ाई है, कम मेहनत से डिग्री हो जाएगा। मैं बाई डिफॉल्ट सोशल साइंस पढ़ा, लेकिन आई एम प्राउड ऑफ माय सोशल साइंस स्टूडेंट्स। मैं पढ़ा तो इसको समझ पाया, समाज को समझ पाया, टेक्नोलॉजी को आज सोशियोलॉजी पढ़ा इसीलिए समझ पा रहा हूं। मित्रों, चीजों को समझना, और आज किस स्टेज पे है, अभी हम हमारे एक शायद आईडीएस वालों की हम एक वर्चुअल यूनिवर्सिटी पॉलीवर्सिटी देख रहे थे। अभी हमारी एआईसीटी चेयरमैन, यूजीसी चेयरमैन, ये सब बैठ के इस बार बजट में कहा गया है देयर विल बी ए डिजिटल यूनिवर्सिटी, देयर विल बी 260 टीवी channels. Already we have 34 TV channels with upgraded bandwidth. Now it will be converted up to 60, and additional 200 new channels will be there by next 2-3 years. दुनिया की सबसे बड़ा एडू सेट हमारे देश में होने वाला है, लेकिन उसमें दिखाएंगे क्या? इसलिए मैं आपसे जो बिजनेस आप करने वाले हो बच्चों के साथ, मैं उसकी काउंटर गारंटर बनने के लिए राजी हूं विथ वन कैविएट। आपकी कंज्यूमर्स, नथिंग इज फ्री, यू आर प्रोमोटिंग through Buddha, like Amitabh Bachchan is promoting Navaratna Tel. You are most welcome. I'll support, and my friend Rajiv ji will support you to any action, but with one condition: no profit making, no monopoly. Profit making तो करना ही पड़ेगा, करो प्रॉफिट। आप सब एडुटेक हो, आपके पास 30 करोड़ लोगों की स्टेक है। 30 करोड़ कैसे? 15 करोड़ तो बच्चे हैं जो 8वीं 9वीं से लेके हायर एजुकेशन तक पढ़ते हैं। ये सब आपकी स्किलिंग, अपस्किलिंग, रीस्किलिंग के स्टेक होल्डर बन जाएंगे। आज आपकी इस 15 दिन से या 1.5 महीने या 6 महीने की फ्री कोर्स में एक बार इंटॉक्सिकेटेड हो जाने के बाद, जिनकी सर पे बाल नहीं है वो फेसबुक में बाल वाला साइट दिखता है, उसके बाद 4 एडवाइस उसको आता है, फिर उसके बाद वो घुस जाता है। आप अच्छा चीज दिखाओगे उस बच्चे की नॉलेज जर्निंग में, वो आपके से जुड़ जाएगा। इसलिए आप और हम यहाँ बैठ के बात कर लीजिए, नथिंग फ्री। यू आर प्रोमोटिंग योर सेल्फ, आई एम सपोर्टिंग यू, आई एम फैसिलिटेटिंग यू। वेलकम। आप आइए, उसको भारत की कैपेसिटी के हिसाब से भारत की कैपेसिटी के हिसाब से भारतीय भाषाओं में आपकी बिजनेस बढ़ेगा, आपकी बिजनेस बढ़ने वाला। आप बंगाली में बनाइए, आप तमिल में बनाइए, आप संस्कृत में बनाइए, आप हिंदी में बनाइए, आप ट्राइबल लैंग्वेज में बनाइए। एनईपी ने कहा है हम भारतीय भाषाओं को महत्व देंगे। सारे भारतीय भाषा हमारी राष्ट्रीय भाषा है, सारे भारतीय भाषा हमारी राष्ट्रीय भाषा है। ये पूरा एडुटेक की दुनिया की व्यापार बढ़ जाएगा जब आप इसको लैंग्वेज के साथ जोड़ दोगे। 15 करोड़ है बच्चे, 15 करोड़ अभी कौन है, 15 करोड़ सब ऑन जॉब लोग हैं। भारत की वर्कफोर्स की संख्या लगभग 40 करोड़। 40 करोड़ में आप रफली अनुमान करो 15-20 करोड़ तो व्हाइट कॉलर और सेमी व्हाइट कॉलर जॉब में है, जिनको स्किल्स लगती है, जिनके हाथ में एक स्मार्टफोन है, जिनके हाथ में स्मार्टफोन है, दे नीड टू बी ऑफ स्किल्ड। सारे पेमेंट, सारे ऑर्डर, सारे परचेजिंग डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म पे आ चुकी है। तो ये दुनिया बहुत बड़ा बन चुकी है। मित्रों, हम भारत की शिक्षा और स्किल डेवलपमेंट मिनिस्ट्री के नाते आपके इस पहल के साथ हैं। हम एनडीआर की इसको पार्ट मानते हैं और आप इसको बिना मुनाफा के, मुनाफा कमाइए, लेकिन इतना मुनाफा ना कमाइए कि फिर आपको ये इसमें थोड़ा सरकार की सुझाव रहेगा, इंटरफेरेंस नहीं रहेगा। आई एश्योर यू, कोई इंटरफेयर हम नहीं करेंगे। लेकिन और हम आपको क्या देने वाले हैं, फ्री कैसे नहीं है मैं बताता हूं। अभी ये कहा जाता है डाटा इज द न्यू ऑयल। अभी रशिया और यूक्रेन की थोड़ा झगड़ा हुआ, प्राइस बढ़ गई तो इन्फ्लेशन, ग्लोबल इन्फ्लेशन बढ़ गया एनर्जी प्राइस के कारण। डाटा इज द न्यू ऑयल। उस डाटा को हम आपको देने वाले हैं। हमारी बच्चों की डाटा, और डाटा एक बार आपके पास आए तो आप छोड़ोगे थोड़ी उसको। आप उसको एक प्रकार की स्किल बिक्री करोगे, कल और 2 प्रकार के स्किल बिक्री करोगे, कल प्रोडक्ट बिक्री करोगे, फिर कल उसको आप एंटरटेनमेंट के पास पहुंचोगे, उसके पास उसकी फूड चॉइस तक जाओगे, फिर उसकी बिहेवियरल एनालिसिस करोगे, फिर उसके कपड़े पे ध्यान दोगे। ये सारे जो में डाटा के साथ जुड़ा है। यही तो एआई है ना। मनुष्य की प्रकृति प्रदत्त मनुष्य की भावना को मशीन आज पकड़ना शुरू किया है। उसके नफा नुकसान बाद में और एक बार सोचेंगे, अभी तो हम घुसे उसके अंदर, क्योंकि हमें दुनिया की लीडरशिप लेनी है। हमारे पास ऐसे ही एक सॉफ्टवेयर है, हमारी सभ्यता में बना के रखे, हम दूसरे को ठगेंगे नहीं। दुनिया के अंदर जिनके पास संपन्नता आई है उन्होंने दूसरों को एक्सप्लॉइट किया है। भारत की संपन्नता एक्सप्लॉइटेशन से नहीं बनी है, भारत की संपन्नता अपनी संस्कृति से बनी है। इसलिए मैं कॉन्फिडेंट हूं हमारी ये जो टेक्नोलॉजी और संस्कृति, टेक्नोलॉजी और भारतीय मूल आत्मा के साथ जो सिनर्जी होगा, दिस इज गोइंग टू बी द ग्लोबल सॉल्यूशन फॉर ऑल द क्राइसिस। मैं छोटी सी उदाहरण एक देता हूं, मैं बार बार देता हूं उसको। चाइना के पास पीपी किट था पैंडेमिक की पहले। लोग कहते हैं कि उन्होंने पहले पीपी किट बनाया, बाद में वायरस लाया, फिर बाद में बिक्री किया उसको। ये कहते हैं लोग, पता नहीं है कि नहीं है। हमारे पास नहीं था, हमारे पास पीपी किट नहीं थे, लेकिन हमने आज दुनिया के नंबर 1 एक्सपोर्टर बन गए हैं। हमारे पास वैक्सीन नहीं था, हम अपने वैक्सीन बनाए, 1-2 वैक्सीन बाहर से लाए, हमने 190 करोड़ लोगों को डोजेस लगाया और दुनिया की काफी सारे इमर्जिंग इकोनॉमी को वैक्सीन भी पहुंचाया। हम अपने टेक्नोलॉजिकल ग्रोथ को अपने हिस्से में सिर्फ नहीं रखा है, ये मेरे डीएनए में, इसी की नाम है वसुधैव कुटुंबकम। हमें एक अपॉर्चुनिटी आई है 21st सेंचुरी में, ये जो ग्लोबल इकोनॉमी की जो नया रूप आ रहा है, इसमें हमें इसकी अपॉर्चुनिटी को मिस नहीं करना चाहिए। इसलिए मैं आपके साथ हूं। प्रॉफिट कमाइए, थोड़ा कमाइए, ज्यादा मत कमाइए, क्योंकि भारत की परचेजिंग कैपेसिटी अभी इमर्ज कर रहा है। देखो, कोई हम पास में जो रेडी पटरी के पास जाते हैं, सरोजिनी मार्केट में हम किसी ना किसी दिन तो गए भी होंगे। सरोजिनी मार्केट में हम कपड़े वाले के साथ बार्गेनिंग करते हैं, नारियल पानी बेचने वाले के साथ हम बार्गेनिंग करते हैं। ये नहीं 6 रुपया नहीं, 3 रुपया लो। या 12 रुपया नहीं 10 रुपया लो। कोका कोला के साथ कोई बार्गेनिंग करता है? पीटर इंग्लैंड की शॉप में जाके कोई बार्गेनिंग करता है? हम ब्रांड कॉन्शियस लोग हो रहे हैं धीरे धीरे। मैं जो चीज भारत में होते हुए देख रहा हूं आने वाले दिनों में, अगर हम अपने इकोनॉमी को $5 ट्रिलियन इकोनॉमी बनानी है, जो बनना तय है, ये पूरा पैंडेमिक के अंदर हम ही टिके हैं। हमारी इकोनॉमी 7-8% में चल रही है। इतने फूड इन्फ्लेशन दुनिया में होने के बाद, एनर्जी कमोडिटी की प्राइस स्काई रॉकेटिंग होने के बाद, जॉब लॉस होने के बाद, लर्निंग लॉस होने के बाद, भारत रिकवरी की पाथ में क्यों है? क्योंकि हम एक एस्पिरेशनल सोसाइटी है, हम आगे बढ़ रहे हैं। उस एस्पिरेशनल सोसाइटी में फ्यूचर स्किल्स क्या आएगा, नॉलेज लर्निंग क्या होगा, पाथवे क्या होगा, इसी को जोड़ने की दायित्व आप सभी के पास है। इसलिए हम आज पार्टनरशिप यहाँ कर रहे हैं। अभी देखिए, अभी अभी पिछले सप्ताह प्रधानमंत्री जी ने ड्रोन फेस्टिवल में ज्वाइन किया। ड्रोन आने वाले दिनों में नया लॉजिस्टिक एंड ट्रांसपोर्टेशन एंड कन्वीनियंस की व्हीकल, ड्रोन को चलाने के आपके बिना चलेगा नहीं। उसकी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग से लेके उसकी ऑपरेशन से लेके मेंटेनेंस तक, ये सब डिजिटल नेटवर्क में चलने वाला है। इसलिए आज के दिनों में रोजमर्रा की जिंदगी की सारा चीज टेक्नोलॉजी, डिजिटलाइजेशन, इंटरनेट कनेक्टिविटी के साथ जुड़ा हुआ है, जो एआई, मशीन लर्निंग, एआर वीआर से चलेगा। मित्रों, आप सोचिए दायरा कितना है, इसे 1-2 करोड़ में काम नहीं होगा। अभी अभी हमारी मैंने डीएसटी की मदद से, हमारी माद्रास डीओटी की मदद से माद्रास आईआईटी और अन्य 6 आईआईटीओ ने 5G टेक्नोलॉजी की इंडियन वर्जन को निकाला। राजीव जी की विभाग, अश्विनी जी और राजीव जी उसको बधाई भी दिए हैं। ये सारा चीज में दुनिया के, हमें मित्रों, मैं अंत में इतना ही कहूं, क्या क्या होगा, क्या क्या स्कोप है। 200 टीवी चैनल हम नया बनाएंगे, 34 है उसमें से उसको बढ़ा के 60 करेंगे, 60 नया चैनल्स होगा। उसमें क्या दिखाना चाहिए, आपके साथ संपर्क है। हर एक भाषा में हर एक क्लास के लिए एक चैनल होगा। सिर्फ मैं भाई जी को फिर एक उदाहरण मान के चलता हूं, कोर्सेरा को उदाहरण मान के चलता हूं यार। जो आईबीएम वगैरह जैसे मित्र यहाँ उपस्थित है, उनकी एडुटेक वाले कंपोनेंट को हिसाब का, यू नो व्हाट इज योर रेवेन्यू मॉडल, हाउ मच यू आर अर्निंग, ये सारे एक्सपोनेंशियल ग्रोथ होने वाला है अगर हम प्रोडक्ट ठीक से बनाएंगे। आइए सब एक कोलैबोरेटिव रास्ते में। मेरा 2 ही अपेक्षा है, 2 शर्त मेरा 2 है, बाकी आप जो करना है करिए। ये सारे स्किल्स, विशेष करके नैस्कॉम वालों को इसको ध्यान देना पड़ेगा। मेरे को कहा गया आपकी और एनसीबीटी की एक इंटरेक्शन शुरू हो गया है। ये सारा स्किल्स की डोमेन नॉलेज आपके पास है, ये इनोवेशन है। जो कंपनी जिस प्रकार की स्किल बनाए हैं वो उसकी है, मेरे कोई आपत्ति नहीं है, सरकार को देना नहीं, आप उसको मार्केट में ले जाइए। इस प्रकार की थोड़ा बुद्ध को पकड़ के उसको फ्री मार्केटिंग कराइए, थोड़े दिन कहिए हम चैरिटी कर रहे हैं, डोनेशन कर रहे हैं, मेरे कोई आपत्ति नहीं है। लेकिन ये हार्ड बिजनेस है, आगे चल के आप बिलियंस उसमें से कमाओगे, मेरे को आपत्ति नहीं है। लेकिन मेरे को क्वालिटी चीज आनी चाहिए। दे ऑल शुड बी NSQF कंप्लायंट। आपको असेसमेंट का अधिकार आपको दे दिया जाएगा। जो हमारी सेक्टर स्किल काउंसिल कहेगा, आईटी की सेक्टर स्किल्स काउंसिल कहेगा, उसको हम मान जाएंगे। लेकिन ये म्यूचुअली आपको NSQF कंप्लेंट करना पड़ेगा। जो एडुटेक यहाँ बैठे हैं, जो दूर से इसमें जुड़े हुए हैं, सभी को मेरा एक अनुरोध है, आप इसको NSQF कंप्लेंट कराइए। NSQF कंप्लेंट क्या होगा, हमारा आईटी सेक्टर स्किल काउंसिल नैस्कॉम जो कहेगा उसको हम मान जाएंगे। थोड़ा बहुत गवर्नेंस का इशू आ सकता है, लेकिन मान जाएंगे उसको। सेकेंड, ये सारे प्रधानमंत्री जी की स्किल इंडिया की विजन की हिस्सा है। आप इसको एक स्किल इंडिया को, हमें इस देश में एक मास मूवमेंट करनी है। इसीलिए आज हम स्कूल्स एंड एनसीईआरटी, इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेजेस एंड डिप्लोमा यानी AICTE और यूनिवर्सिटीज all universities and UGC, all central institutions and NCBT, 4 रेगुलेटर आपके साथ हम खड़े किए हैं। रेगुलेशन के लिए नहीं, क्या क्या डीरेगुलेशन करना है बताइए। वो जमाना चला गया, मोदी की गवर्नमेंट डीरेगुलेशन की विश्वास रखने वाला गवर्नमेंट है। आप आगे बढ़िए, टेक्नोलॉजी विशेष करके यंगस्टर्स की मन में आने वाले और आवश्यकता रखने वाले टेक्नोलॉजी को रेगुलेटेड रिजिम पे नहीं लाया जा सकता है। डीरेगुलेशन इज द टाइम की आवश्यकता है, समय की मांग है, लेकिन मिनिमम एक आर्किटेक्ट गवर्नेंस हम सभी को मिलकर बनाना पड़ेगा। ये NSQF कंप्लायंट हो, ये स्किल इंडिया की मास मूवमेंट की हिस्सा हो, जो एडुटेक कंपनी बनाए वो बनाए। और ये जो आपकी NEAT आज सामने एजुकेशनल अलायंस ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजीज, इसको हमने किया है AICTE की अगुवाई में। ये हमारी NDR की हिस्सा है। इसको आने वाले दिनों में हर एक स्टूडेंट्स NEP में कल्पना किया गया है, क्लास 6 से स्किल एक्सपोजर दिया जाएगा। क्लास 8, 9, 10th एंड 11, 12 में कोर्स बनेगा स्किल की। शायद आने वाले दिनों में 9वीं में ब्लॉकचेन की एक कोर्स भी आ सकता है। सिर्फ 40 मार्क्स की या 50 मार्क्स की एग्जाम पेपर भी हो सकता है। इसकी कैरिकुलम कौन बनाएगा? आप बनाएंगे। इसकी कैरिकुलम को वेटिंग कौन करेगा? NCERT करेगा, SCERT करेंगे। एग्जामिनेशन क्वेश्चन आपसे पूछ के बनाएंगे। इसको इंस्टीट्यूशनलाइज मैकेनिज्म करेंगे। मित्रों, हमें केवल हमारी देश की मैन पावर रिक्वायरमेंट को पूरा नहीं करना है, हमें दुनिया की मैन पावर रिक्वायरमेंट को पूरा करना है। और टेक्नोलॉजी हमें मदद कर रहा है, मौका दे रहा है। दुनिया की काम को हम, अगर ये सारे जो जो विषय हम कल्पना कर रहे हैं, अगर हम खुद को तैयार करते हैं, ये जो हमने कहा कि जो डिसरप्टिव चीज AI लेके आ रहा है, इस डिसरप्शन के बाद जो नया अमृत निकलेगा, शायद अगर हम खुद को तैयार करेंगे, हमारी पास अब आ जाएगा। मैं इसकी एक उज्जवल भविष्य दिख रहा हूं। इस कार्यक्रम को सभी को जुड़ने के लिए, इस कार्यक्रम में सभी लोग जुड़ने के लिए धन्यवाद देता हूं। और इसको सिर्फ एक सिंबोलिज्म के साथ ना रखते हुए, इसको एक मास मूवमेंट कैसे करें, डिजिटल इंडिया, स्किल इंडिया, प्रीमियम स्किल्स को लेके आना, फ्यूचर स्किल्स क्या है, ये मत करिएगा। हमारे पास राजीव चंद्रशेखर जी हैं, प्रधानमंत्री जी ने सोच के इस बार उनको मंत्री बनाया है। उनका एक ही काम है, मेरे जैसे सामान्य व्यक्ति को आप कह सकते हो, IBM वाले या अमेजन वाले की सर आपने पुराने चीजों को रीपैकेजिंग करके कह सकते हो, हमने ये एडिशनल स्किल लेके आया। शायद मेरे को आप समझा सकते हो, लेकिन राजीव जी को नहीं समझा पाओगे। राजीव जी और नीचे जाएंगे, इसलिए आप अभी समझाने की नौबत ना आए। आप सच में नया स्किल्स लेके आइए, एडिशनल स्किल्स लेके आइए, फ्यूचर स्किल्स सच में लेके आइए। आप सभी को अनेक अनेक धन्यवाद। धन्यवाद।
आदरणीय माननीय मंत्री महोदय जी, आपके बहुमूल्य शब्दों और सुझावों के लिए हार्दिक धन्यवाद। हम AICTE में आपको एकेडमिया, इंडस्ट्री और पॉलिसी के सहयोगात्मक दृष्टिकोण के लिए प्रतिबद्धता प्रकट करते हैं। हम सभी बदलते हुए परिप्रेक्ष्य के लिए बदलने के लिए सदैव तत्पर एवं तैयार हैं। हम भारत आधारित, भारत केंद्रित और सभी भारतीय भाषाओं में गुणवत्तापूर्ण शिक्षण के लिए AICTE सदैव प्रतिबद्ध है। इन शब्दों के साथ अब मैं अपने बहुत ही डायनेमिक, कोऑपरेटिव, वन ऑफ द बेस्ट ह्यूमन बीइंग राजीव जी, जो हमारे मेंबर सेक्रेटरी हैं, वोट ऑफ थैंक्स के लिए उन्हें आमंत्रित करती हूँ।
Thank you, madam. I, on behalf of AICTE and my own behalf, extend my sincere thanks to Honorable Minister of Education, Government of India, Shri Dharmendra Pradhan ji, for his valuable guidance and launching the digital skilling, reskilling and upskilling future and emerging technologies opportunities for students. Thank you very much, sir. Sir, with your blessing and guidance, We hope in time to come, we will be able to digitally skill large number of students by involving our industry partners. I also thank Shri Rajiv Chandrasekhar ji, Honorable Minister of State, Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Government of India, for sparing his valuable time and motivating and sharing his ideas. Thank you very much, sir. I will also like to thank Shri Rajesh Agrawal ji, Secretary, Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Government of India, for his valuable suggestions. Thank you, sir. I also thank Shri N.S. Kalsi ji, Chairman NCVET, and Professor D.P. Saklani ji, Director NCERT, for gracing the event. My sincere thanks to all industry partners for coming forward and shaking hands with AICTE for making the digital skilling movement a reality. My sincere thanks also due to Chairman AICTE and our guru, Professor Anil D. Shastribuddhe for his out-of-box thinking and motivation. Thank you, sir. Dr. Buddha Chandrasekhar and his team are the driving force behind the digital movement. I sincerely thank Dr. Buddha and his team for his hard work. I also thank media persons for attending the program and request them to take this movement among the masses. I also thank all students and faculty members attending this event physically and offline and request them to take advantage of these initiatives. I also thank all officers and officials of AICTE for their hard work and making this event a memorable one. Thanks to all once again. Namaskar.
Thank you, sir. May I now request all of you to kindly rise for national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष नामे गाहे तव जय गाथा जय जय मंगलदायक जय भारत भाग्य विधाता जय 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 जय
Thank you everyone.